Hello everybody, where today I'm going to be recapping some information about an upcoming PSVR2 game that I personally wanted to know more about and thought why not do it in a video to get some more conversation around the game and what it could potentially be like on PSVR2. This is VRRIDER SBK, the official VR game of the World Superbike Championship, and safe to say, I'm very excited for it. Today we're going to be going over the Quest release, how that went down, the improvements we're looking at on PSVR2, what content is included, and whether this can go toe-to-toe with the likes of Gran Turismo 7 and F1 VR. Before we get into it, only 25% you are subscribed, so please feel free to do so, and thank you to our patrons and members who keep the channel going day after day and week after week. With that being said, let's talk VRRIDER SBK. Now, first and foremost, we don't actually have a release date for this one just yet, but it is listed as coming soon, and the team have been saying that the game is almost ready. And who knows, we could see this one release in June alongside big updates to Behemoth, the release of Epica, Badminton Time, Zombie Army, Firmament, and Maestro, potentially making June an incredibly stacked lineup. As I said before, this is an actual official game for the World Superbike Championship. This isn't some sort of knockoff where none of the circuits are real or the bikes aren't real. This is the same deal as we get in the F1 games, where you can choose your favourite driver, or in this case, rider, and race on their actual superbike, on circuits around the globe that actually exist. The game has asynchronous multiplayer, where you can race against other players' ghosts like in Exocars, but also, and this excited me a lot to see this, has proper PvP races, so you can go head to head and race to the checkered flag. Really excited to see this actually included here. A big downer for me when Exocars came out is that multiplayer wasn't functional, wasn't working, but for VRRIDER it seems like it will be, so I can't wait to jump in and see how that is. As for most PSVR2 games, this will include spatial audio. We have 3D binaural audio on PSVR2 for most stuff, and the same goes here. You'll be hearing the engine, rush of the wind, and the sound of your opponent's bikes to create what they call an immersive environment. I doubt this will be anything on the level of, say, GT7, as that is a AAA game by Polyphony, and all those sounds and recordings are incredibly high fidelity, but I'm hoping we can get a decent soundscape here, because I played some racing games, Grand Rush, that just have awful soundscapes, and that kind of ruins the immersion for me, so hopefully here it will be pretty damn good. We have a ton of tracks here, some of which I'm familiar with, like Imola, Barcelona, and Donington Park, and I believe there are 14 circuits in the game. There are 12 from the 2023 season and 2 new tracks from the 2024 championship. The modes in the game include Quick Race, which will put you up to 21 opponents on PSVR2 and Steam VR. The original Quest and Pico version of the game had you only up against 9, but here is a full 22 size grid with you included. You of course have hot laps, where you can do time trials and push the limits of your lap time, and of course the multiplayer, both asynchronous and not, that we mentioned before. They're also including an endurance mode, which challenges you to set a consistently fast lap time, ensuring that cumulative time over 5 laps is as low as possible. I don't know if that means that you get 5 laps and it's over, or those 5 laps are in a stint. If so, 5 laps isn't really the most endurance I've ever done in my life, but we'll see how that one plays out. Good to see that free practice is a thing as well. While you're waiting for your friends to join the lobby, you can jump in and just practice on the track that you'll be racing at. I really wish that games like F1 had this. When in a lobby, before everyone's joined, you could jump in and practice the track you have selected. Of course, you can set free practice in F1 before you go into your race weekend, but you still have to wait for everyone to join, and everyone does it at the same time, whereas this, you can just hop in and do it whenever. There's also a spectator mode where you can follow a driver of your choice with multiple cameras, and it says there's auto follow, so it'll change position like the GT7 spectator cam does, or manual mode, where you can choose which place you can stand in, so you cycle through the preset ones, I assume. If this game is running unreprojected, which I hope it is, I think this spectator mode could look really spectacular to sit back and watch these races happen. I'm definitely going to give that a go. And finally, there's a casual race mode where it throws you into a random online match, and the ping filter is a bit more relaxed. So in the more competitive modes, you'll be matched with players who have similar pings to you, so there isn't really much latency and no lag. I've seen this in Gran Turismo with some players, and I've been careening into a wall because their ping is awful. This will be like that, where the ping is a bit more relaxed, and you'll be able to race with loads of people, and there are also no collisions, so it's a bit more casual. But there's more competitive modes will have collision and be a bit more strict on ping. The superbikes that you'll be racing in the game are the Honda CBR 1000RR, the Yamaha R1, the Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10RR, the BMW M 1000RR, and the Ducati Panigale V4R. From the screenshots, these bikes look really well modelled, and I can't wait to get on them. Your actual controls here as well are gesture-based, so you will actually lean into the corners, I assume, which I'm really excited to test out. A lesser game would just have you controlling everything with the joystick, and I'm not sure if that is an option here. It may be, and honestly that's probably good for accessibility, but having those motion controls, we can lean into a corner and get really close to the floor in the game. I think it's going to be fantastic in terms of immersion. So those are the details on the PSVR2 version of the game. It's confirmed that we will be getting some visual upgrades compared to Quest and Pico, so I'm excited to see what those are. I'm assuming improved texture resolution, better shadowing, increased resolution and render distance overall, that sort of thing, and hopefully it is non-reprojected, as a game like this deserves to be. But we did just mention there was a Quest version before, but how did that do? What were the reviews like? Because what's the point of this video getting hyped about it if it's just a big pile of shit? Well, it's not, thankfully. Most of the reviews that I've seen, including Upload VR, give it about a 4 out of 5 stars, which is very, very favourable, saying that it's a great official Superbike Championship game, which is very well optimised on Quest, has immersive graphics and sound, which fingers crossed will be carried over and improved on PSVR 2, and really gives you that fast riding feeling that those Superbike riders get in real life. Overall, I don't know when I'm quite expecting this one to drop, maybe in the next month or two. If it does drop in June, then we'll have a very packed month there, so I'm excited to see if it does. But let me know if you're excited for this one. I sure am. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.